Hello, reader. You are not like other readers. For one, you subscribe to me. For two, you comment on my videos. You encourage me. You encourage me to have this relationship with you. You encourage me to follow you. You encourage me to share great books with you. You are not like other readers. You follow this channel. You smile at me. You are intellectual. You are you, the reader. And welcome to this week's video. If you can't imagine who I was a very poor, shady ass Joe Goldberg. And I hope you enjoyed this week's video because we're reading Books from You Season 3. Can we talk about how creepy that was? Like how creepy that is? Like the inner monologues that we have can be pretty creepy to begin with, but the fact that there are some people out there just like, you know, running away with that monologue is crazy. But anyways, today we are here to discuss the books and to have a reading vlog and a fun time about the books that are mentioned in season 3. There were a lot of books mentioned, some that I have read, some that I haven't read, and some that like I just don't want to read right now. So I just picked 3 books and I read them and I compared them to the show, especially to season 3. And let me tell you, the book recommendations were freaking spot on, like spot on. So first of all, I will not be like spoiling season 3 per se, and I will not be spoiling the contents of the books. I will talk about general thematic and compare them to the season 3, but that's about it. So I hope you're excited. This video was a long time coming. It literally took me a month to film, mostly because I was busy. And these books, this reading list, is not a light reading list. It's a hefty, defty reading list. And honestly, a lot of it is existential and a lot of it is relationship based. And honestly, it has me contemplating my entire life and my entire perception of relationships and what do they mean to us and why are we the way that we are by ourselves and in relation to other people, especially romantically. So let's get into the video. Imagine if I filmed this entire video looking like a frat boy. That'd be kind of interesting, but I won't. I will save both myself and you. But yeah, so I have to read Revolutionary Road by Richard Yates. I have to read L'insoutenable légèreté de l'être by Milan Kundera, which is the Which is The Unbearable Lightness of Being by Milan Kundera. And then I also have To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Yes, I'm finally reading it after 24 years of existence. I've been waiting and waiting, and I saw my chance and I took it. So let's go. 100 something pages in. I really want to finish this book. I'm kind of tired of it, to be honest.
Oh, are you online?
Okay guys, so let's recap this reading vlog. This is my final thoughts and impressions on the book and how they relate to season 3 of You. So first I read Revolutionary Road by Richard Yates, and honestly this book freaking changed my life. I cannot spoil to you in which way it changed my life, because it's such a big thing that I'm planning on changing in my life that I will be exposing it somewhere in 2022. I know I'm cruel, but honestly, this book really changed my life and my perspective. I'm going to be honest, the first 50 pages to 100 pages were really hard to get through and to read. This has a lot of like literary reference. It's very detailed oriented. Like, you know, like when you have like say a nervous tic when you're having a conversation with someone and maybe you keep on brushing your hair away from your face. Like, this book explores all of that. It does that when it explores the relationship between the two main characters, so April and Frank Wheeler. They're basically this young couple that just moved to a suburban town with their 2 kids, and they're just trying to figure it out. She's kind of like a stay-at-home mom, but she also joined this play production that did not go well, and he's like, you know, one of those like businessman following his father's footsteps type of thing. And together they're kind of miserable, and separately they're kind of miserable in their own lives, in their own ways. Yeah, this is like a suburban drama in that sense, and it was adapted into a movie with obviously Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio, and I really have to watch that movie. And basically, I don't want to spoil it, but if you know, you know. Like, if you read this book and you've seen You season 3, you know that there are some like kind of parallels, not with like murder or anything like that, but what this couple goes through, it can be really seen between like Joe and Love Quinn, because like it's so like a suburban tragedy that like actually tends to happen a lot with people. And yeah, it just reminded me how I never want to like end up in the suburbs, because I spent like 24 years in the suburbs. I never moved out to a big city, and I've also never moved out to a rural side of any town. So after reading this, I'm like, I want to move. I don't want to end up in the suburbs. I don't want to end up in a miserable marriage. I don't even think I want to get married. Who knows? But yeah, this book really like shifted something in me and reminded me to like go and follow my dreams, to not settle, to not compromise myself. So I highly recommend it. Like I said, it's hard to get through. There's a lot of literary references, and It's very detailed, it's very character study, it's very psychological. It deals with past, it deals with trauma, it deals even with like abortion, and you know, it's set in the 50s, so it's very intense in these matters. Then we have The Unbearable Lightness of Being by Binan Kundra, but I read it in French, so it's L'insoutenable légèreté de l'être. And this book is again about these relationships that we have and immigration, and about so many different things, about photography and passion, and what it's like to be like someone's mistress, and what it's like to be engaged with someone, what it's like to have a failed marriage, what it's like to, you know, reflect on your past and your childhood. And I think You season 3, we really go deep in Love Quinn's childhood and her past, kinda, but most importantly Joe's past. So these two books that I just presented here are very heavy in that, you know, these kids that grew up and they're so shattered from their own past that they don't realize what they're doing, or they do realize but they can't change it, and they feel hopeless, and they feel hopeless to escape but also hopeless to go back to the past that they're so used to. So this one is set in the Czech Republic, and I've actually been to Czech very briefly. I didn't go to Prague though, but it was very beautiful. And I think Kundera, his books are all set there because obviously he's from there, he's immigrant, and you know, a lot of his books talks about like the Russian invasion, and it talks about like communism as well. So there's so much to unpack here, and I actually highly recommend it. So these two books were mentioned inside You season 3. Revolutionary Road wasn't mentioned directly, but I believe this one was. So then we have To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. I've been wanting to read this one for so many years, and honestly I have a few chapters left. I haven't really finished it yet, but I'm kind of scared to finish it. Like, I've been enjoying it so much and it's so great, and now I understand why everyone has read this and loved this. And I believe in the show they actually spoil something about this book, but I was trying not to pay attention so it wouldn't spoil me. But again, all these books are set like either like about relationships or about the suburbs. This one too, it's like a small town in, I think, Alabama, or the southern town, something like that. And it just shows how like people are so involved in their neighbors and their neighborhoods' lives, and you know, we pass so many judgments. And You season 3 is full of judgment. People trying to figure out who Love Quinn and Joe Goldberg are, and they're like, you know, very critical of their relationship, and you know, they're very so nosy. To live in a neighborhood can become so suffocating and so nosy so quickly. And if you are the ones that are different in town, whether it be like socioeconomic background, or you know, your gender or your race or whatever it is, you become like the talk of the town. Especially if you're new as well, you become the talk of the town. And so this one is very heavy on the race factor, and we follow this little girl, Scout Jean-Louise, as she navigates her neighborhood and people, and she has a lot of compassion, and she's trying to, you know, understand these neighborhood talks and understand what it means to be other. And I find that this was very, very good. I have just a few chapters left and I'm scared, and you know, like, I don't know, all these books just talk about what it means, that moment of like betrayal, that moment of losing innocence, that moment where a relationship ends up to a culminating point. And I feel like this reading list was so reflective of You season 3, and I highly recommend it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed You season 3. I did, that's for sure. And I can't wait to see You season 4, and I hope it's still gonna be set in France, Paris, because that's literally my dream to go there. So anyways, I hope you enjoy. As always, if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to hear from you. All readers and non-readers are welcome. Please let me know down below which of these 3 books would you like to pick up next, or which of these 3 books have you read. And honestly, I just love that the references, these literary references, like bring back books that are not talked about anymore. And you know, sometimes they have modern books, but they also have these books that I feel like have escaped common discussion lately. Like, I don't hear a lot of people talk about Milan Kundera, and like I'll see the occasional IG post and I'll be really excited. So just let me know, and let me know what kind of reading vlog do you want to see next. Do you like these comparison reading vlogs that are like minorly spoiler free, or do you like my regular reading vlogs? I don't know, it's up to you. I just enjoy reading vlogs. I am planning to do a book to screen version of reading vlogs where I'll read the book and then watch the movie and compare them and let you know what I think. But yeah, for now, I will go and finish the last few chapters of To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. So take care, bye!